Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick tip. And my tip today is how to cut once for two separate cards. So we're going to be die cutting. You could use a similar technique with punches. I'll talk you through that. But what the main thing is for this is that I'm using two patterns of paper. It's the same pattern in two different colours. So I'm still using our Inked Botanicals, and sorry if the dog snoring is a bit off-putting. He's under my craft desk as often. So we've got two different patterns from the Inked Botanicals. I've gone with this spotted pattern because I'm going to be using circles. Now, let me just bring in. You could do something similar with this one. We've got two different colours, again, of the same pattern that match up. And you could then use this with squares, so that's a great alternative. So I'm going to use, as I say, this spotted pattern. Now, a few tips. There's quite a few tips for today. The first one is to align your patterns if it's possible. With this, it definitely is. I started off with it kind of about this way round and thought this pattern isn't the same. If you look across the two sets of spots, they don't line up. If you turn it around, they kind of do, but then the top doesn't line up. So it lines up down here. Actually, maybe it does. Right. So maybe it is okay that way. So it's just me not putting them quite. No, I don't think it does. So I'm going to carry on. That's not right. Now, that one I think is right. So we've got them aligned here, and we've got them aligned here as well. That is the right way around for me. So I'm now going to fasten these together just gently with a bit of washi tape. And I can tear a bit off that will stay. Let me try a different one. These are old washi tapes, which is, I really need to get some new, but Stampin' Up don't do washi tape at the moment. Maybe we'll get some. Okay, let me try and peel a bit off. I don't want this to stick too strongly because I don't want to damage the paper. I should have got this going beforehand, or I should have got a different washi tape out. Let's see if we can get this. Oh no, I may have to use some tiny bits of this. So what? Or you could use Post-it note. And I might even do that. I'm sure I've got some Post-it note. So I'm making sure that that edge is sort of fastened together, and making sure that that edge is fastened together like that. And I'm just trying to do that fairly lightly. So I'll bring in my paper trimmer, and I've already cut a card base and card front layers. So I'm actually cutting this at 5 1/4. Make sure that those are still together. Let's get that spot on. By what will it be? So it's usually 3 7/8, so 3 5/8 is what I want this to be. So that gives me 2 card front layers. So this is where we're going to get the 2 for 1. And now I'm going to pop on my circles. And what I will do is have them arranged kind of like that. This one I'm going to have to do afterwards. So I'm going to have these on, and this might shake the table a bit. The great thing is that you don't have to be exact with this. So let me just roll that out a little way. So they've moved around a little. So I'm now going to turn these the right way around and just double check that. I want that there. And actually what I could do with doing is just holding these other edges to make sure that this doesn't rock as it goes through. I really ought to have got my post-it, but never mind. Right, so we're going to pop one there like that. We'll pop that up there, and I'm just going to double check I want that there, so I'll move that over a little bit. That can be moved a little bit. Right, so we're going to now run this through, but then I'm going to leave the pieces in place. And I have put both through at the same time. Now it doesn't matter too much, that is going to be in the way, so I'm just going to take that out. But what I'm wanting to do is take that off without moving the others. And then I'm going to pop that one on. I prefer to have that out of the way and that's sticking, but I really want this one in place. So we're now going to run this through again. Oops. And what you could have done, if you're using punches instead of dies, is with these together like that, punched your shapes out at that point. So we've now got some different segments. Let me straighten my desktop again a little bit. There we are. So now we're going to just take off this washi that's holding things together, and it was important that you have both layers sort of face up. Get my take a pick tool to just, we'll get rid of that washi in a second. Yes, I definitely need some fresh washi. There we go. Oops. And that's what can happen if that's just torn, but luckily it's a bit of the back, so it won't really matter. So let's get this apart. So I'm just going to remove the washi from here. And here, and like I say, I've put I've put my card base and a card front layer together already. Here we go, you can see that we've got this. So we're going to have 2 card front layers. My card base that I've cut is Calypso Coral, and I've got a card front layer of Poppy Parade. I thought it would be nice to have sort of the red, orange, yellow sort of running through this. So now I just need to remove that. And then each of these will come apart and you've got both pieces. And what we're going to do is stick these into here. And again, pull that apart. And that one's going there. And what I'm actually going to do is swap these. So you would have had that there, but I'm actually going to pop in that one for there. And then we've got this one, and I just need to make sure that that lines up. Make sure that I get that the right way around, because then our pattern is continuous. So let me just get the last one. There we are. And again, I'm going to need to make sure that I get this lined up the right way around, which is good fun. That's the right way. So, but what I'm going to do now, just pop these to one side. We'll start to stick everything. So I'm just going to, actually I'll pop this one on first. And I'm going to use wet glue to pop this one on. And that's really just so that I can slide it if I need to into position. It's also so that I can sort of just make sure that my adhesive goes close to these edges. With them being circular, it's a little bit more tricky with your seal. Pop a little bit extra into these areas. There we are. And then we're going to lay that down on there and just make sure that that is all adhered into position. So now we can jigsaw puzzle into place our other pieces. So like I pointed out at the beginning of the week with these Inked Botanicals, there's a few of these that go together. Now the good thing about this is that I just need to get these ends of the curve lined up, and then I know that that is in its rightful position. So you've got a few different options, and if you've got other papers, of course, that have got same pattern, different colours, this works really well for that. So we've got that there, and now I'm going to pop them in the little piece. This really, I think, adds to it. This is something that you might not be able to do so well with punches. And the dies do just make that possible. Oops. Moving it when I don't want to. Nice to have that little sort of almost quilted effect. So I'm going to pop that in there, and this is where I'm wanting to match up. Okay, let me find something that has got that. Looks to be about right pattern wise, I think. It's close enough. And then this one I think is a little bit easier. Yeah, if you look for the semicircles, I've not got as many semicircles on here. I've got more full circles. Semicircles help you match up a bit easier. So that's those. And then I'm just going to adhere this direct to my card front. And using the Poppy Parade also means that when you come to do the other card, these sort of go together. You could use either card base, you could use Calypso Coral again, or you could use the crushed curry. So I've got that, and then I've just got another little, it's that size, which I'm going to pop onto here and just put my sentiment on. So I've got Poppy Parade, the colour that we've got on that layer there, and matte, using photopolymer. This is actually from the Circle Sayings, and it's a squeeze to get it on here. It's not going to quite fit, so I'm going to get as much of the sentiment on as I can, like that. And I just want some dimensionals. And as you can see, I've got the pieces then left over for a second card. So that is going on there like that. And then just want some gems. Actually, I'm going to use the metallic sequins, and again, you know, I'm using circles for this, and I'm popping these over the dots in the design. And I think I'll have one there. Oops, there we go. There we are. And like I say, we've then got another card front all ready to go. Really won't take very much time at all to do a second card from that. So there we are. That is my quick tip for today for cutting once to make 2 cards. So I hope that that has inspired you. Please do subscribe to my channel below to see a quick tip every Friday, a quick card every Monday, and please do hit the like button if you enjoy this project. Thanks very much.